Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Mona. It's been a hot minute since I last uploaded a video in this channel. I apologize for that. I hope you guys understand. I got a bit carried away with my other channel. I think I'll be consistent enough in this channel here on. Thanks for being very patient. In this video, I'll share some tips. The best tips for your foundation to not turn gray. If you want to know what tips and tricks I have shared in this video, please keep on watching. My skin is well prepped. I have moisturized and primed my skin. I'm going to start with the first step in building the right base. So the first step is color correction. If you're on the duskier skin side, it is completely normal to have natural hyperpigmentations and discolorations and dark spots on your skin. If you just normally take a look at your skin, you could see some discolorations. This part of your face would be like lighter and brighter when compared to the area around your mouth or on the temples of your forehead, so you just have to make sure that you have a right base and all your hyperpigmentations is hidden before you move on with the actual base as in your foundation or concealer part. So I always suggest and recommend you guys to do color correction before doing your foundation and concealer. Now color correction helps in not making your foundation too gray, because most of the drugstore foundations that we get in India at the moment tends to turn down in their shade. Like if you get a shade that is like 2 shades lighter for your skin tone, after a while it will come down to your shade, and that's the same thing happens if you use a foundation that is of your shade, and after some time it might turn a bit more darker or it might turn your face look gray. So to avoid that, you just make sure you use color corrector. Now you have peach correctors, orange corrector and reddish orange or red correctors. Depending on your hyperpigmentation level, depending on the intensity of your hyperpigmentations and the dark spots or the discolorations, you just have to make sure what color corrector you should use. Now if you're on the fair skin side, you just can use orange or peach correctors. If you're on the whitish to medium skin tone, you can use orange corrector, that is more than enough. And for intense dark spots, you can use red correctors. If you're on the duskier and deeper skin tone and your hyperpigmentations are way more darker, then you just make sure you use a reddish corrector. Now my skin tone is on the dusky to deeper skin tone, and my hyperpigmentations are not too worse at the moment. My skin is actually behaving well just because of this one reason, because this is winter time and my skin actually behaves quite well during winter time. That's the only reason. Like if you look at my skin during summertime, I'll be having lots of pimples, heat boils, hyperpigmentation, tans and all those sort of things. So for color corrector today, I'm using this reddish corrector from LA Girl, and I'm just taking a teeny amount of the product because I don't have that much of pigmentations at the moment. So I'm just taking the teeniest amount and working this on the areas where I naturally have hyperpigmentations and discolorations and spots and all other things that needs to be hidden. Once after applying this, I'm going to blend this first with my fingers, because I have control when I blend my base, especially the color correctors, with my fingers, and I know where I put the product on. If you don't blend this well, or if you add a lot of product, then after your foundation application or after your whole base is done, there are high chances of orange peeking out of your base. So just make sure you blend this well and also use little amount and build it up as you require. Now for me, I don't need any more orange corrector, so I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to move on to the next step, which is concealing the corrector. Now this is additional step only if you have excess hyperpigmentation and if you have used like lots of red or deep orange colors on your face. This step is required. If not, you can directly move on with your foundation. Also, if your foundation is not very pigmented, you consider doing this step. I'm going to use a concealer that is close to my skin tone, and skin tone, when I mean skin tone here for this particular step, what I mean is the color of my skin on the outer perimeters of my face, like where it is kind of dark and not supremely bright, So I am going to match something that is close to the skin color that is over here near the jawline and on the temples area. So I'm taking this shade from Born This Way concealer. This one is in shade Chestnut. This is like in the neutral undertone and it's the right shade for me to conceal the corrector. So I'm just going to directly take the product and apply this on the area where I have color corrected. Now this step is going to make sure that your orange is not going to peek out after your foundation and all base is done. Now you can either use a brush or a damp beauty sponge depending on your preference. I'm using a damp beauty sponge from Bonito Tool. It's an Instagram store. I'm using the sponge to blend the concealer on my skin. I'm also making sure that I don't drag the product or massage the product into my skin because I don't want that. I'm gently dabbing the product into my skin. I just want the orange to be hidden. Now that we have color corrected our face, we can move on with foundation. If you have excess oily skin, you can go ahead and slightly dust your face with powder, with some loose powder at this stage. That will also make sure your orange corrector does not budge out after your whole base is done. I think I have incorporated those steps in some of my previous videos, like the advanced level makeup tutorials. You can have a look at those videos on my channel. It's right there, so you can definitely check them out. For my foundation today, I'm going to use a high coverage foundation. This one is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation in shade Cappuccino. So this is a tad bit orange for my skin tone, but I think I can work with this. My main concentration when I apply foundation after doing all these color correction is to give a proper base and to hide the small zits and spots that's there that I haven't color corrected, that does not need any color correction. I'm using the foundation and hiding all those spots. That's the only thing I'm concentrating in applying foundation. I'm also not going to take a lot of product on the areas where I have already color corrected and concealed. If you are comfortable with applying product on your neck, go ahead and apply product on your neck. I have lines, like natural lines on my neck over here. So whenever I apply product, it just goes and settles down in the lines and it's quite uncomfortable for me. That's the only reason why I don't apply any product on my neck, and I'm completely okay with it. There is no rule that you have to apply product on your neck. If you're comfortable with it, go ahead and apply it. If not, just make sure you match your neck color with your face. My base is almost done. One last step is to highlight your face. Now I'm going to use a concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I'm going to highlight my face. Now if you have a look at my natural face, like without any base, you can see some kind of brightness underneath my eyes and on the center of my forehead. Those areas on my face is naturally brighter. So I just want to bring that back. So I'm going to use a concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter, and again this is completely optional. Only if you have that brightness naturally happening in your face, go ahead and do it. If not, just skip it out. So I'm using a lighter shade concealer and I'm going to apply this on the center of my face, underneath my eyes, on the cheeks, not on the direct under eye area. I don't like to apply lighter concealer on the direct under eye area. A slight bit on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and a tiny bit on my chin. That's it. Now I'm just going to blend it out. If you guys are ever planning on investing on a concealer that is actually working good and that actually works good on Indian skin tone, then do consider getting this Born This Way concealer, guys. I love this. I love this so much. First thing is that for the amount that we pay, you get a lot of product, which is very nice. For me, very convincing actually. And the undertone of the shades are very nice, especially for Indian skin tone. The longevity, formulation, the lightweightness, everything is very nice. So I highly recommend you guys to check this out. Any skin type person can use this. Be it oily, dry, you can use. I have oily skin, super oily skin, and this concealer never disappoints me. I love this. So I highly recommend the Born This Way from Too Faced concealers and base products in general. Now that my highlighting is done, I'm going to quickly powder this. If you face severe graying issue in your base, make sure you don't use a white powder to set your face. Very specifically, baby powders. Invest on a powder that has undertones to it. Warm undertone, an yellow powder or something like this, a beige or a brown powder. I am here using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in shade 30. I do recommend you guys to check out K Beauty by Katrina's loose powders. They are really good. I use shade Pecan. And you also can check out Stay Quickie loose powders. They are quite affordable, very affordable. In fact, you can use sugar yellow powder instead of the white translucent powder. Actually, the white translucent powder is very good from sugar, but for someone who is actually facing this graying issue, I would highly recommend you to check out yellow powders instead of white powders. This type of color correction and concealing the color correction, you are definitely not going to face this graying issue, guys. Trust me. You just have to get the right shade of products, right shade of foundation and concealer. Don't go very light on your foundation and don't go very dark on your concealer. So those are the two things you just have to explore and see. There is no such one shade that would match all dusky skin people. You just have to check and try it out by yourself. You just have to see and feel and test it out on your face. Only then you will see like what shade is actually matching you and what is not, what is actually oxidizing you and what is not. So just go ahead and check it out by yourself, see it with your eyes, and then decide before you buy it. Or if you are going to buy it online, then best of luck, because I have made so many bad choices in picking the right shade of concealer and foundation. And at the moment I'm quite happy and compromised with the shades that I'm using right now. The shades that I have shown in this video, I'm quite happy with how that is actually working on my skin tone. And yeah, just make sure you pick the right shade. I'm just going to quickly bronze my face a little bit, very little bit, because I personally love bronzing. This has nothing to do with your foundation turning gray, but I love to bronze my face. I'm just quickly going to finish my face and rest of the eye makeup and lip, and I'll be back. So this is the final look. I hope you guys found the video useful and also like the video. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and also you can share this video if you want any of your friends to check this video out. You can definitely share, and also make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and also just check if the bell icon is pressed on so that you get notified whenever I upload a video, new video. Also, just try out all the steps that I have shown in this video. You would definitely not get disappointed, trust me. Again, I'm repeating this one last time. You just have to make sure that you pick the right shade of products for your skin tone. That's the only thing you have to concentrate. Right shade and right quality product. That really matters. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you all liked the video. I have also mentioned the links of the products that I have featured in the video in the description box below. You can definitely check them out if you want to. So that's it for today's video. With that being said, I'd like to end this video. I will see you all in my next one. Bye.